Hey YouTube, it's Friday morning. I've got a house that has come open and it's already rented. I keep a waiting list of people wanting houses. Thankfully, I have a pretty good reputation in town for providing good homes and taking care of everything, keeping everything working. I know in the past I've showed you a couple of ways not to leave a rental house. I'm going to show you one today, how to leave a rental house. Now this lady wasn't with me a full year, and what the deal was is her son got married, and her son and the lady he married, they purchased a house together. And so he already had a house and he wanted his mom to come and live in that house. So she wasn't here a full year, she was here 9 months. I don't normally give a deposit back if they don't fulfill their lease, but when somebody takes care of a house like this right here, I will give them their money back. Now I am going to have to deduct some because I had a wardrobe that we had bought at Lowe's, and I don't know if Forrest was with me when I bought it, but anyway, I had to put it together, and she took that apart so she could get her bedroom suit in there. And so I just told her, you know, if her and her son put it back together and put it up in there, that, you know, I could give her back all of her money. But they wasn't able to get it together, so Forrest and I are going to put it together. So I'm going to deduct his time and my time of trying to get this thing back together if I can. If I can't, I told her I'd have to go purchase another one, and I would just take that out of her deposit. But anyway, I'm just wanted to show you real quickly, this is the way to leave a house when you move out. This is the kitchen, and I mean, you can just, I mean, it's spotless. Refrigerator though is, look at the refrigerator, you know, spotless. And here is the main bedroom. And you see it's just as clean as it can be. And the closets. The bathroom and everything is just clean as it can be. Here's the back bedroom. Here's this wardrobe I was telling you about that they took apart, and we're going to have to get it together. But you can see they vacuumed the carpets up here, and all is just very clean, very neat. And so this is the way to go off and leave a rental house. Now Forrest and I are going to see what we can do with this wardrobe right here and see if we can get it together. It looks like it's kind of been busted in a few places. That cabinet's too beat up. You can see Forrest, we're taking it out piece by piece. I got to run to Lowe's and get another one. That's aggravating because I've got plenty going on and don't need to fool with that. Forrest said I almost had some good material. He turned around to come back in, and the glass is so clean he didn't see it and almost walked into the door. He said I almost had a viral video. Forrest and I are back from Lowe's. We got the new wardrobe. We're just going to put it in here in the house, and we're going to bring it in piece by piece because it weighs 175 pounds in the box. It's a little more than I want to lift. We're going to bring it in piece by piece, put it in this bedroom. My wife wants me to come put up a sign, so I've got to go put up a sign at the salon, Forrest and I do. We got all that. Got the instructions, most important part. I'll take you down here with us where we're going to put this sign in front of the salon.
All like all his work and stuff, his videos, all of it. He had people. Where were they from, David?
Oh, there's just people all over. Well, we got the sign up as you saw, and we're gonna close this video out. I know it's echoing in here because there's nothing in this house. This is one we're working on. But before I close this out, I've had a couple of questions on some videos, or I don't know about questions, but people were, you know, they say I've got rental property, but I'm having a lot of trouble with people paying me and X amount of things. And then when I'm out around town, you know, I'll get people say, oh, I don't know how you deal with that rental property, and oh man, as many as you got, that's a headache and all that. Well, you know, my answer to that is, you name me anything that you're gonna make a living at, you're gonna make money at, it's gonna be a career for you that doesn't have any kind of trouble, stress, problems, things you gotta work out, things you gotta go through. You name me a job, I could probably already find it because they'd be lined up out in the street, people waiting to get that job, the one that they were gonna make a good living at it and had no stress, no problems, no nothing with it. And you know, I enjoy doing this, and it gives me a lot of freedom. I go through periods where, you know, you're not getting very many calls, and then you'll go through periods where you get a whole lot of calls and you get a whole lot of problems and things like that. But you know, it's all in all, it's how you look at it. And anything you're going to do in life that is going to have a good living with it, just things like freedom, the peace of mind of being with myself and being able to do this and nobody over me. And then just like with Forrest that works for me, he and I got a super relationship. We have a lot of fun together. Now, talking about having trouble paying, people paying, I do not have very much trouble with that. I don't really know how long I've been doing this, 13, 14 years. I've only had to take one person to court to get them out. Now, I've had other people that got behind on their rent and things like that, and I just had to go, you know, tell them to move. They had to go, and they moved and left. But anyway, you know, that happens, but that's just like with anything else. Any other kind of job, there's going to be things like that. But one of the things that I do when I'm talking to somebody and we're getting ready to sign the lease, and I go over the lease with them, is I look them eyeball to eyeball and I tell them, this is not a place for you to come if you have trouble paying your bills, paying your rent, and you normally are getting behind and things like that, because this is the way I make my living. And I tell them just straight up, if we get to about the 15th and I've not heard anything from you, I can't get in touch with you, I turn it over to the attorney I use, and from that point on, you'll deal with him. I stay out of it. And then in the lease, it has that they will take care of the court costs, the attorney fees and all that, because I stay out of it. And I've only had to do that one time. I just really don't have a lot of trouble with that. And I don't have a whole lot of trouble in general around. I've got a lot of good tenants and just good people that are in them. And, you know, I don't really have anybody right now that I wished would go. I don't have anybody that's late. I don't have anybody that's behind. Everybody is current and caught up. And so, you know, I'm really blessed in that. One of the things that I did early on in this rental business is I am a Christian. And when I first started doing it, in another video I told this, that I was having a little bit of trouble with it because I couldn't get this thing figured out. I was new into it. And so one day I just had a talk with the Lord, and I said, you know, Lord, you own everything. Everything's all yours. And you just let us have these things to use while we're here to make a living. And so these houses are yours. So if whatever the people do, whatever they do to them, whatever goes on, it's done to you, not me. I'm just here to do the work, put them together, and so on like that. And you're allowing me to do that to make a living. And once I did that, I became at a peace of mind with it. And so there's times they tear up things, they knock holes in walls, and they do things like that. I just get down on my knees and I just tell the Lord, you know, you see what it is, you deal with it. Everything's in your hands. I'm gonna fix it back up and we're gonna go again. So that's kind of the way I deal with this rental property. And so I've got a partner, and his name is Jesus Christ, and he gives me a lot of peace in this. I want to thank all of y'all for watching. Man, I've got 808 subscribers as of right now. I can't believe that. I mean, I can remember when I had 100 and 200, and when I hit 200, I was like excited and couldn't believe it. And as this thing slowly grows, it's just beyond me. People subscribing and watching. All the comments I get are great. Just a bunch of kind people. I get a lot of thumbs up. And so I just thank all of you. And I'll see you on the next video. And may God bless you.